It's time for the Mystery Box Challenge. Courtney from Creative on the Cheap assembled a slew of us to participate because we are celebrating 5 years of the Mystery Box Challenge. It's going to be so much fun, so let's jump right in. All right, it's time to open my box. I'm excited. My box is coming to me from Whitney from Whiskey and Wit. So let's open it up and see what we've got. All right. Oh, that's cute. How fun is this? All right. Got a little cookie tin. Oh, this is cute. It says, Lisa, treat yourself to a craft supply or decor piece on me. Merry Christmas. Oh, that's so cute. Look, she gave me a little gift card to Hobby Lobby and a little ornament. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. I love Hobby Lobby. I go there all the time, so that will come in handy. Thank you so much, Whitney. That is so kind, above and beyond. Okay, we've got a card that says, Merry Christmas, Lisa. Let's see what it says. Lisa, hey girl, I'm so excited for this challenge. I always love all your projects, so I'll be eagerly awaiting to see what magic you work on. I also included a little gift for you, a small random act of kindness, if you will. Enjoy, Whitney. Well, thank you. That was a great random act of kindness. I definitely appreciate this. All right, let's get into the good stuff now. Okay, woo, things are coming out. All right, first up, we've got a pretty green wreath. This is a little holiday floral pine wreath. That's so good. I can do so many things with this. Perfect. All right, next we've got some little jingle bells, little rusty jingle bells. Oh my gosh. Look at this. One of the items we have to do is a light bulb. She definitely took that seriously. Look at that light bulb. Oh my gosh, that's adorable. That's huge. Super cute. I wonder where she got that. Oh my gosh, I love that. Yay, we'll do something fun with that. All right, next we've got a Sender's Choice. This is a green bow, perfect for Christmas. All right, we've got our challenge item. So let's open this up and see what we have. This should be an ornament. And it is taped up really good. Oh my gosh, this is hilarious. This ornament is some cranberry sauce. Oh, we just had Thanksgiving. This would have been perfect to put out on the tablescape. Who doesn't love cranberry sauce? Oh, that's adorable. Okay, next we've got a Sender's Choice chalkboard. Love it. We've got another Sender's Choice, and these are just, looks like some little holly berries, some little frosted cranberries. Cute. She's sending me good stuff. I feel lucky. Whitney, you're doing awesome. Okay, next we've got another Sender's Choice, a little Nutcracker. Oh, I think I know what we're gonna do with this. I love a good Nutcracker. Okay. And then we've got some wrapping paper. This is some cute little gift wrap. That's it. You guys, I feel so lucky. This box was fabulous. I'm really excited to get working on all these things. We're gonna make some fantastic Christmas decor. Okay, so let's jump right in. I like to start off with the most difficult, in my opinion, first, and it is the box itself. You know, we tease a lot at our house about saving good boxes, right? You can't throw that out. It's a good box. Well, guess what? We're using a good box today. We are putting it to use. So the first thing I'm going to do with my box is just tear it apart. I cut the tape and then I pulled the edges apart and laid it flat. We are going to be creating a sleigh out of our cardboard box. So besides the box, we also need a centerpiece where Santa can sit and put his bag. So we are going to be using a Dollar Tree soda container. These are those containers you put in the fridge and stack it up with soda. Well, we're going to use that as well. So I'm going to take this soda container and put it over the top of our cardboard box. I got out a ruler and a pencil, and I'm going to create the side for our sleigh. I traced out one side, I made straight lines, and then at the front I curved it like the sleighs have in the front. Once I was finished tracing out my first side of the sleigh, I did the exact same thing on the second side. I simply traced it out. Then I got some scissors and I cut out both of these side cardboard pieces. Well, we cannot leave our sides exposed like this, so we are going to fancy them up. I'm going to be using some beautiful wrapping paper. I purchased this wrapping paper at Ross. It's white and it's got these gold snowflakes. It's just so pretty. And the entire roll was only $3.99. I actually used this wrapping paper a couple weeks back when I decorated my front porch. I wrapped those presents that I put inside of some clear boxes. So we're going to use that wrapping paper again. What I did was I took my cardboard side piece and I put it over the wrapping paper. I got a pencil and I traced around the cardboard cutout. I need 2 pieces of wrapping paper per side. That way both sides of the sleigh are covered in the wrapping paper. Once I had them traced out, I cut out the 4 individual pieces so that both sides of the cardboard piece could be covered in the wrapping paper. Then I got some hot glue. I added hot glue around the perimeter of the cardboard piece, then took my wrapping paper and placed it in the glue and smoothed it out. I flipped my cardboard piece over. I added hot glue to the perimeter of this side too, and then I added the wrapping paper into the hot glue. I continued to add the hot glue to each side of my 2 cardboard pieces. I don't want to leave the edges of the cardboard exposed. That would not be pretty. So what I'm going to do is get this white ribbon with these gold squares on it. I purchased this at Walmart. It was actually on clearance for 50 cents a spool. Great deal. So what I'm going to do is add some hot glue to the exposed part of the edge. I pressed the ribbon into the hot glue and then continued to add the ribbon all along the top, sides, and bottom of the cardboard piece. Once I was finished adding the ribbon to the first cardboard piece, I did the exact same thing on my second. Now all of the cardboard is beautifully covered up. Where the ribbon and the wrapping paper meet, it looks a little messy, so we're gonna clean that up by adding some gold and white twine. Again, all I'm gonna do is just hot glue this twine, just like I did the ribbon, to the cardboard piece. I added some hot glue and then pressed the twine into the hot glue. I'm going to add the twine right underneath the white and gold ribbon. I went along the edge of each side of the sleigh. I added the twine to the outside and also the inside because you'll be able to see the inside when we put the sleigh together later on. Both of these side pieces of the sleigh are beautifully finished and ready to be turned into a sleigh. To assemble our sleigh, what I'm going to do is add a whole bunch of hot glue to our plastic soda container. I added a lot of glue and then I took my cardboard piece and pressed it into the hot glue. Once the first side had been hot glued in place, I flipped it over and added hot glue to the opposite side, then pressed my second cardboard piece into the hot glue. And now we have our adorable cardboard sleigh. Look at how pretty this is. I love it so much. It's festive, but it's also elegant because the wrapping paper that we chose, the ribbon and the twine are in white and gold, which elevates the overall look of this sleigh. Santa's sleigh is not complete without a bag full of presents. So we are going to take advantage of that green satin hair clip that was a sender's choice. So what I'm going to do is remove the bow from the hair clip. I just peeled it away. It was hot glued on there, so it was easy to remove. Then I gave it a quick iron because we don't want a wrinkly bow. And then what I did next was get some more of that twine. And I want to add that to the back. That way we have a way to tie it around Santa's bag. So I added some hot glue to the center of the bow, folded the twine in half, and then put the twine into the hot glue. Then I took a gift tag. This is white and gold, so it will coordinate with our color scheme on the sleigh. I wrote the nice list on it. Santa's bag is this large cream bag, and all I'm going to do is fill it up with some polyfill so that it's big and fat. Then I took my bow and my gift tag. I threaded the gift tag onto the twine and then wrapped the twine around the top of the bag and tied it into a knot. To add a little more sparkle to our bow, what I'm gonna do is just take one of these shoe clips. These are little clips that you put on the top of your shoes to make them fancier. I purchased these on Amazon. So what I'm gonna do with this is just open up the clip and clip it right to the center of our green bow. Now I can take Santa's bag and place it into the sleigh. I added a few more mini presents to the top of the bag and to the front of the sleigh. These gift boxes are white and gold and wrapped with beautiful bows, which add elegance to our sleigh. And we're done. You guys, look at how beautiful this looks. I love the wrapping paper on the sleigh with the ribbons and the twine. The gold and white snowflakes are so pretty. Santa's bag in the middle, oh my goodness, how cute is that? Wrapped with the green bow, the twine ribbon, and the sparkly shoe clip. And of course, these beautifully wrapped gifts are for the kids that are on the nice list. But you guys, I love the way that this looks. Can you believe we took a cardboard box, cut it, wrapped it in some beautiful wrapping paper, and attached it to a Dollar Tree soda container, and then added a hair clip to our Santa bag. So we used cardboard box, a Dollar Tree container, and a hair clip. That sounds like something MacGyver would have made to create a decorative Christmas piece. We didn't make it up, we actually did it. And I love the way that this looks. This would be such a fun project to do on a larger scale if you wanted a bigger sleigh. This would be fun to do with the little kids during Christmas too. You could also coordinate it with any color scheme. All you have to do is swap out the wrapping paper and ribbons. You've got a fun winter decoration that was so easy to create, but a beautiful piece to add to your holiday decor. I take plenty of photos every single year of all my Christmas decorations, but I also take a ton of family pictures as well, because you want to document all of the special activities and outings that you do during the holiday season. I'm not great at printing off my photos either. They get on my phone and they stay on my phone and I never see them displayed anywhere. Well, I have a remedy for that. I've got this Pexar digital frame. The pexar frame is so easy to use. All you need to do is plug in the power adapter and attach the magnetic stand and begin the setup. Choose your language and connect to the Wi-Fi, then download the free Frameo app. You can scan the QR code to connect to the frame or enter the code on the frame app. Select the photos that you want and send them through the app. You can use external storage, an SD card or USB drive to import more than 10 photos or videos longer than 15 seconds at once. This digital frame is 11 inches and has a 2K resolution display for enhanced clarity. It also makes sure that your videos are played smoothly without any lag or delay. The anti-glare screen ensures that you can see your photos clearly, which is so much better than a regular glass fronted frame. You know how you get the glare on that? This doesn't have a glare on it. So you can see your pictures perfectly every single time. You can upload photos anytime, anywhere with your phone, and you can interact with these photos as well. It actually can work offline too, so you don't need to be connected to the internet to have this frame be functional. This frame has auto rotate and it can do it both horizontally and vertically. I love being able to see the rotation of all the Christmases. I love that I can look at past memories and enjoy them year round. If you're looking for a fabulous gift to give this Christmas season, this pexar frame is amazing. It also comes in a gift-friendly packaging that can be reused as a jewelry box or as a toolbox. The green frame box is a fabulous option for gift wrapping, and it's a great choice for Christmas gifting. Well, I will leave a link to pexar in my description box, so you can head over and check out this frame for yourself. The next item that we are going to transform is this Nutcracker. Now, I have a fondness for Nutcrackers this holiday season because we duped this cute little Nutcracker tray last month. Isn't that adorable? And so Nutcrackers have a special place in my heart. So what we're gonna do with this Nutcracker is turn it into something similar to this, but a little different. Now, what I don't like about this Nutcracker is the dark color. We need to lighten that up. Another item that we need for our project is a round base, because just like our cake stand, we need a more stable base for our Nutcracker to stand on. I got some wood rounds from Hobby Lobby. They come in a package of 2. I'm going to take the wood round and the Nutcracker outside, and I'm going to spray it in some white gloss Bear spray paint. I purchased this paint at Home Depot. I made sure that the Nutcracker was completely covered in the white spray paint. You want to get into all the little nooks and crannies to make sure that the dark stain is completely covered up. Once I was finished painting the Nutcracker, I moved on and painted the wood round. Again, I want to make sure that this wood round is completely covered in the white paint. Once both of these pieces were painted, I let them dry for 2 hours. Now that everything is dry, it is time to turn our Nutcracker into a candlestick. Now, last month, Natalie and I went to the thrift store and she challenged me to transform this chandelier into something else. I created a Christmas tree out of the chandelier, but I had several pieces left over from disassembling the chandelier. One of those pieces was this little piece right here. It goes on top of like the chandelier. So I just removed this little metal piece right here. And this is going to be perfect to put on top of our Nutcracker to hold a candle. So what I'm going to do is drill a hole into the Nutcracker's hat. So I got my Athena drill. I drilled a pilot hole in the top of the Nutcracker's hat. Then I'm going to take a washer and a screw. I put the washer inside the metal piece first. You can see that there's a hole in it, so the washer will make sure that the screw stays in place. I pressed the screw through the hole in the chandelier piece and then screwed it into the Nutcracker's hat. This chandelier piece is securely attached to the hat. It is not going anywhere, so we know that it will not be falling off of our Nutcracker. He needs to be spruced up for this holiday season. So what I'm going to do is get some beautiful ribbon. This ribbon is transparent on the top, it's solid on the bottom, and then has a beautiful gold stripe in the middle. I'm going to hot glue a segment of the ribbon to the center of our Nutcracker, and then to his cuffs right above his hands. I added hot glue and wrapped that ribbon around each of his arms. His knees both get a segment of ribbon too. And then the bottom of his hat also gets a pretty little ribbon wrapped around it and hot glued to the back of the hat. He already looks so much better. One of our family's favorite Christmas movies is White Christmas. We watch it multiple times every single year. And while I was adding ribbon to my Nutcracker, I was singing the song, "What Do You Do with a General When He Stops Being a General?" You know which song I'm talking about? So I decided that our Nutcracker needs to be a general. And I'm going to make him a 4-star general with some gold beaded stars. I purchased this package of stars at the Dollar Tree. I'm going to add some hot glue to each of his shoulders and press the stars into the hot glue. And then I added a star to his hat and then to the center of his belt. I hot glued each of these stars in place, and now our Nutcracker is a 4-star general. We are going to attach our Nutcracker to the wood base with some E6000. So I added a bunch of E6000 to the bottom of the Nutcracker and then pressed him into the wood round. I let this dry for about 4 hours. Our cake stand has these beautiful pearls on the bottom and then also around his hat. So I want to do something similar to this Nutcracker. This time, instead of using the pearls, I'm going to be using a strand of gold beads. I purchased these beads at Target. The entire package is only $3. So what I did was I cut a segment of these gold beads and then I hot glued it around the base of the Nutcracker. Then I added another segment of these beads to the top of his hat, right where the hat meets the candlestick holder. And finally, I added a long segment of these gold beads all the way around the perimeter of the base. And then finally, all I had to do was add a candle to his hat. Look at how adorable our Nutcracker candlestick is. He looks fabulous. I love all the detail that we added to him. The gold is sparkly and ribbon coordinates so beautifully with the chandelier piece that is our candlestick holder. I love that he's white now because you can see so many more of his details than you could when he was dark. And look at how cute both of our little pieces look. They coordinate so great. And if you didn't have a candlestick holder like this, you could definitely get a small plate and put that on top of your Nutcracker. Swap it out. You could make either one. They would be fabulous. One of the mystery box twists that we have this season is a candle because it's the 5th year anniversary. So I'm going to swap this candle out for a birthday candle and put that inside. This was such a fun transformation. I love our little Nutcracker candlestick. A few weeks ago, Natalie from Design to the Nines and I were able to go to the Water Lantern Festival and meet so many of you fabulous subscribers. We are so grateful that we were able to meet and greet with so many of you. We are here at the Water Lantern Festival. I've got my husband Ken with me. He's helping to set everything up and meet and greet with everybody. So Natalie's on her way, but this looks so amazing and we're excited to meet some of you.
She brought us some great glasses.
She did. Check these out. She made them herself. They have little crowns on it because Natalie's the queen of power tools and I'm the queen of gold.
Yes.
Right?
You are.
We've got some more friends here. We've got Debbie and Lindsay and Fun Story. They actually live like 5 minutes away from us. Yeah. So that's so fun. Now we're gonna write on our lantern. We're gonna do some hopes and wishes, and then we're gonna send it out into the water with everyone else. We've got Sonia right here. She's such a sweetheart. And look, she wrote my name on her lantern. I'm so grateful. Natalie, what do you have on your lantern? What are you grateful for?
Greg and Natalie forever.
Forever, yes.
And then I bless things to my children, Riley, Connor, and Kevin.
Yeah.
And Dolly too.
Of course, Dolly.
And then all my DIY goddesses.
Yes.
Wishing you all of your heart's desires.
Okay, we are here with Linda. Look how pretty Linda is. Isn't she beautiful? Oh, you guys So
She's single.
she's single.
So if you have a good guy,
Send it away. That's right. That's right. So grateful we were able to be here and meet so many wonderful friends. It's such a blessing, and I'm grateful for Natalie.
I'm grateful for you.
Friends are so fun, yes. And of course, I'm grateful for Ken.
That's right.
He puts up with a lot. There's a lot of crafting, a lot of work and time and effort that goes into what I do, so I'm grateful for his support. Thanks.
next item that we are going to transform from our mystery box is the ornament, and the ornament is a can of cranberries. I had to giggle when I saw this. It's just so adorable. And as cute as a can of cranberries is, we are going to transform it into something completely different. So what we're going to do first of all is remove the ornament hook from the cranberry can. Then I took the ornament outside. I'm spraying it in some silver Rust-Oleum spray paint. I want to make sure that the top of the ornament is covered in the silver spray paint. That's the only part that is going to be exposed. So once the top of the ornament was covered in the spray paint, I let it dry for 1 hour. I'm going to cover up the cranberry label with some pretty wrapping paper. This wrapping paper coordinates with the wrapping paper that we used on our sleigh. I purchased this white wrapping paper with the gold Christmas trees at Ross as well. So all I did was cut a segment that was large enough. I wrapped the wrapping paper around the cranberry label and then glued the wrapping paper in place. To cover up the ridges, I'm going to be using some metal ribbon. I purchased this ribbon at Hobby Lobby. I cut a segment that would fit around the top of the can, and then I hot glued it around those ridges at the top of the can. This looks so much prettier than those little ridges. I love the detail on this metal ribbon. We are going to be turning this ornament into a drum. Now every drum needs some of those little strings, so I got some twine. This is white and gold twine. I added hot glue to the top of the cranberry can and then pressed the twine into the hot glue. Then I strung the twine down to the bottom at a diagonal and hot glued it to the bottom. I zigzagged it back up to the top, I glued it in place, and then I went back down to the bottom, glued it in place. You get the drill. I went around the entire circumference of this can. I zigzagged this twine all around the outside of the drum. We are going to add some more of those gold beads to the bottom of the can because we want it to coordinate with our Nutcracker. So I got some hot glue and I simply just hot glued the strand of gold beads around the bottom of the can. Our drum needs some drumsticks. We are going to create ours out of some wood skewers. I took one wood skewer and I cut it in half. Then I got some white pom-poms. I added hot glue to the pom-pom and then pressed it to the end of the wood skewer. And then I added hot glue to the second pom-pom and pressed it to the end of the second wood skewer. I'm also going to be using that same white and transparent ribbon, the same ribbon that we used on our Nutcracker. I took a segment of this and I tied it into a bow. Now I'm going to take my drumsticks and I'm going to hot glue the first one to the top of the drum. I placed it at an angle. Then I took my second drumstick, added hot glue to that, and crossed it over the first drumstick. Then I added hot glue to the bow and pressed it over the top of the opening where the ornament hook was originally. And to finish it off, I added one more star to the center of the bow. And now we have turned our cranberry can ornament into a drum for our Nutcracker. If this looks familiar, it's because we made some similar ones much earlier in the season. I made 2 drum ornaments that I can hang on my tree, but now look at that. This one, they coordinate so well together and they fit in with our Nutcracker theme. I've got these 3 adorable drums that I can place around my Nutcracker. You would never know that this beautiful drum started out as a canned cranberry ornament.
Website.
They're just the best.
Because they are the best.
Thank you.
And we're
They're
so
gorgeous.
grateful for them.
Thank you.
These lovely ladies drove 2 hours from Mount Dora to come see us.
Yes.
So we're so
It was
grateful.
so worth it.
We're
So
glad they
worth
did.
it.
Yeah.
We just caught you.
They just caught us. They flagged us down.
Literally.
So good. We love it. We love you guys.
We love you guys. We love watching you.
The next item that we are going to transform is the giant green light bulb. My kids love rummaging through my mystery box items to see what I got. Well, when my daughter saw this giant green light bulb, she said, "Mom, you need to turn that into a Christmas tree." And I was like, "Do I?" Okay, let's do it. So we're going to turn this giant light bulb into a Christmas tree because I appreciate her ideas and I think they're fabulous. Well, our Christmas tree needs some branches. So I headed on over to Hobby Lobby and I found these pine picks. These have silver flecks in them. I picked up 3 of these and they were 50% off. These 3 pine branches are not going to be enough to cover the entire light bulb, so we need more. Another item that we are going to use from the mystery box is the Christmas wreath. This is covered in pine branches. So instead of using it as a wreath, we are going to completely disassemble it and simply use the branches. So I just pulled these branches right off of the wreath. They came right off. It was so easy. I pulled every single branch off of the wreath. Between all of these pine branches and the branch picks that we purchased at Hobby Lobby, we should have enough to turn our light bulb into a Christmas tree. I'm going to unscrew the bottom of the light bulb and then place the green part only on top of a red Solo cup while we decorate it. The biggest dilemma that I faced was figuring out how am I going to attach all of this greenery to the light bulb. And then the light bulb went off and I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to screw a screw right in the top of the light bulb. So I got my Athena drill back out and a screw, and I screwed this screw about halfway into the light bulb. We want a big portion of this to be exposed because that's how we're going to attach everything to the light bulb. So what I'm going to do is get my pine branch picks first. I bent down the stem because it was too long. Then I got a segment of floral wire. I wrapped that around the pine pick and then took the opposite end of the floral wire and wrapped it around the screw and then twisted the wire together. I repeated this process with my 3 branch picks. Now I'm going to take all of the branches that we pulled off the wreath and hot glue them directly to the light bulb. There were a whole lot of these branches. So all I did was add the hot glue to the light bulb and press the branches into the hot glue. I'm adding these branches underneath our large pine branches. I made sure that the light bulb was completely covered in these pine branches. You can see that this light bulb is starting to look a lot like a Christmas tree. Another item that we are going to use for this project from our mystery box are these bell picks. There were 3 of them. Now, what I don't like about these picks is that they're rusty. So like when you touch them, you get that powder that gets on your fingers. So we're gonna change that. I took these 3 bell picks outside and I'm going to spray them in that same silver metallic Rust-Oleum spray paint. I made sure that each of the bells were completely covered in the spray paint. I actually really love the way that they look silver. Once they were 100% covered in the spray paint, I let them dry for 1 hour. I'm going to take these 3 bell picks and layer them on top of each other. Then I got a segment of floral wire and wrapped it around the center of the picks and then twisted the wire together so that everything was securely in place. I then took some white stems of leaves and attached those to the bells with the floral wire as well. In the center of our bells and leaves, I'm going to add a bow. And the ribbon that I'm going to use, I have used all over my house. It's this pewter ribbon with the gold Christmas tree in the center. I purchased this ribbon at Hobby Lobby. All I did was cut a segment of this ribbon and then form it into a bow. I took a segment of the floral wire and wrapped it around the center. With the excess floral wire hanging off of the back of the bow, I'm going to take that and wrap it around the bells and the leaves and then twist it in place so everything is secured together. I have wire that's exposed coming out of the back, so all I need to do is take that wire and wrap it around the screw at the top of the light bulb. Now my bells and leaves and bow are attached to the Christmas tree. One final addition I'm going to add is a sparkly gem snowflake ornament. I threaded some fishing line through the ornament hook on the snowflake, and all I did was take the opposite end of the fishing line, wrap it around the screw at the top, and tie a knot with the fishing line. Now my snowflake can hang down right below my bow. I'm now going to lift my ornament Christmas tree off of the solo cup and replace the light back onto the bottom. I'm going to put my Christmas tree into a frosted glass container. This is much prettier than the solo cup, and it's the perfect size. The light bulb fit in there fabulously. I'm going to add one more detail to tie everything together, and that is to get a segment of that pewter and gold Christmas tree ribbon and wrap it around the container. I hot glued the ends of the ribbon together in the back so it would stay in place. And now we're done transforming our giant green light bulb into a Christmas tree. This turned out so much better than I thought it was going to. I think my favorite part is the green glow that comes from the light when it's plugged in at night. I love the tree branches, the bells, and the ribbons. The snowflake ornament is the perfect center point to this Christmas tree. We truly transformed this light bulb. And the best part is my daughter thinks it's fabulous. So above and beyond that, that is all that matters. Her idea came to fruition, and I appreciate the input that my kids give me. Family is definitely the best part of the holiday season. The next items that we are going to use from the mystery box are the bag of frosted cranberries and the chalkboard. Another item that I'm going to be using is a Dollar Tree frame. This is white with a gold rim around the outside. What I'm going to do is remove the glass from the frame, and I'm going to replace it with the chalkboard. As I did this, I realized that the chalkboard is too big, so we're going to have to cut it down. So I got a ruler and a pencil, and I marked a line where I needed to cut. What I'm going to use to cut off the excess chalkboard is actually a plexiglass cutter. I use this little tool when I'm cutting plexiglass, and I figured it'll work for this, right? So what I'm going to do is just run this tool along the line over and over and over again until the cut was deep enough that I could do a quick snap and the excess part breaks off. Now I have the perfect size chalkboard that will fit snugly inside of my frame. The frame is large enough that I can add the cranberries all along the perimeter. So I got some hot glue and I added it to the frame, and then I pressed my large cranberries into the frame. I separated the large cranberries from the small cranberries. That way I knew I was just using the large cranberries. I love the additional detail that these cranberries add to this frame. It makes it feel so Christmassy, so festive. I love the contrast of color with the red and the gold and the white. I'm going to add some extra flair to one of the corners of the frame by adding some more white leaves. I hot glued one leaf downward, and then I took the second leaf and hot glued it the opposite direction facing the inside of the frame. Then I took some ribbon that is white and gold and has a chevron detail on it. I tied this into a bow and then hot glued it to the center of the frame. And the final addition is to add one more cranberry to the center of the bow, which I did. I just hot glued it in place. Then I took a chalkboard marker and I wrote "Merry Christmas" to our chalkboard sign, and then added a few little snowflakes throughout. And now we've got our beautiful Christmas chalkboard sign completed. Look at how pretty this is. I love the contrast of the red and the black and the gold and the white. It feels just, I don't know, very holiday, very festive to me. You could do so many things with a sign like this too. You could make a hot cocoa bar. If you had people over for dinner, you could write the menu out on this. You could write a Christmas greeting and put it on top of a buffet or your countertop. and this was so affordable. We used a Dollar Tree frame. I'm not sure how much the other pieces were, but I can imagine they were pretty affordable. And then I love the chevron bow and the leaves that we added to the top. It just adds that extra detail that makes this unique and special. We're getting down to our last item, and it is our wrapping paper. My wrapping paper is actually tissue paper, and there is a tissue paper with candy canes on it, a solid red tissue paper, and a tissue paper with gingerbread men on it. The wreath that we completely disassembled and pulled off all the pine branches is going to be what we use in this project as well. We might as well take advantage of it. I'm going to take 2 pieces of each type of tissue paper and layer them on top of each other. I folded them up and then I cut them into squares. Now I'm going to take these squares of tissue paper, lay them on top of each other, and then twist the bottom together. Then I got some hot glue and added hot glue to the bottom of the tissue paper and pressed it to the wreath. I am simply going to repeat this process of layering the squares of tissue paper together, twisting the bottom, and then hot gluing them to the wreath. I did this many times over. What I love about doing this is that you can layer them in any order you want, or you could do it the same way. I switched it up. I added red to the middle, candy canes to the middle, gingerbreads to the top and the bottom. However, I just liked the random look. I continued to add the tissue paper to the entire top side of the wreath. And look at how cute our adorable tissue paper wreath looks. It looks so festive. This would be so cute at any party. You could definitely hang this up. You could even add ribbons or ornaments to this to spruce it up even more. I'm leaving mine plain because what I'm going to do is place this on top of a cake stand and put a Christmas candle in the center. I love how this tissue paper wreath highlights the candle and adds a unique detail to our mini display. Once again, you can definitely coordinate something like this with whatever color scheme that you're going for. And this is an affordable way to get a wreath because all you need is a wreath form and some tissue paper. Well, you guys, we are done with our mystery box. I am in love with everything that we made today. It is all so unique and cute and festive. We were able to create some beautiful Christmas decor and we were able to do it on a budget. You can live beautifully throughout this entire Christmas season and you can do it affordably. I love participating in the Mystery Box Challenge for so many reasons. One, it definitely puts me out of my comfort zone and makes me think very creatively. But the second one is I love collaborating with each of these fabulous participants. They're all just as kind or even kinder than you would imagine them to be. So thank you, Courtney, for inviting me to be part of the Mystery Box Challenge. Now, I sent my box to Christina Elizabeth, so you can head on over to her channel next and see what she made with the items that I challenged her with. You also have the opportunity to vote. So I will leave a link to the voting in my description box as well, so you can pick out your favorite projects. I hope you got some inspiration or some ideas today so you feel like you can make some beautiful Christmas decorations. Now, next week is the Christmas home tour. We're going to be able to walk through this entire house and check out all of the amazing decorations and room transformations that we were able to do throughout this holiday season. I'm excited for that, so make sure you're subscribed so you won't miss out. I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you so much for watching.